Elaine Shauger here, APS, a Perfect Swinger Academy. This is Daniel R. Shauger, your only master in the whole golf world with his Down Under Net. You've never heard of Down Under Net because we are completely different. Because we hit the golf off the right side to hit. This is Dan Shauger's master, the correct arm angle, the formula for power and accuracy, Series 4, DVD 26. The correct arm angle, the hands go before the golf ball. He's going to talk about the left side of the body, the shoulder, the hips, the hands on the left side of the body, how it works, the heels, how the belly button works, moving your heels. He's going to talk about several things in this DVD, how to hit the golf ball straight and make it go straight. We do have diagrams you got to follow, so once you purchase something, I will send you some diagrams for you to follow on the short game. I want to talk about the half shot. You learn that half shot like Daniel R. Shauger's training you. You never have to pay for lessons again because you're hitting straight down the fairway. No more right and left shots. And if you want, I can prove it to you. Take your golf club up against the wall. As you come down, keep that club straight and go back and forth. That's APS, back and forth. Now, when you come down, roll over the shaft and see what you do. Tell me which one gives you the backache. And keep doing it. And tell me which one gives you the backache. Okay? That's a quiz. Tell me which one gives you the backache. Okay, the next one is the pole and rope drill. The pole drill teaches you to shift, turn to the right. Dan will go into more details on that on the DVD. The rope drill teaches the heels up and down, knees back and forth, elbows back and forth. Once you stand like a normal stance in the line of the grocery store. As you get longer clubs, you can come out a little bit more, just a little. Okay, right now, we use our heels up and down. You keep your feet flat on the ground. Right now, APS, one leg bent, left leg bent, right leg straight, back and forth, reverse. Right now, you guys have two bent or two straight. We're like night and day. Right now, you hit the golf ball in front of the body. APS hits the golf ball off the right side of the hip. I can go on and on between the two different swings. I want to talk about the How to Kill the Ball book. Dan studied 150 DVDs and books on golf pros. He already has 2 golf pros for his book. He wants a 3rd one. Okay, he's looking for a certain person. He found it. It took him several months, but he found what he wanted. And you will hear him talk about certain golf people because he read about everybody in the golf world. Trust me. He bought a lot of books. Because I even asked him, why are you doing that? She says, I want someone different in my book. Okay. So the number one golf person is Dan Shauger with the right arm movement. Number 2 is Mike Austin with the body work. Number 3 is Ben Hogan with the plane because it flat out works. We have 3 golf pros that make up the Down Under Net. When Dan does a video, he will mention their names, the part of the he's talking about in the swing. If it's plane, he'll mention Ben Hogan. If it's Austin, the bodywork, he will mention that. And he will mention himself on the right arm movement. It's in his book, How to Kill the Ball book, and the 2 DVDs. I want to talk about the Little Club DVD. The right arm movement to the right wrist movement. These are Daniel Shauger's words, not Mike Austin's. I interviewed Mike Austin. We talked about several golf pros. Very interesting interview with Mike Austin. I enjoyed talking with him all the time. He's a very nice man. So I asked him for the right arm movement to the right wrist movement for Daniel. He said, Daniel's a smart man. That's what Mike Austin said. I relayed it back to Daniel. I said, Mr. Austin says that you're a smart man, you'll get it on the right arm movement to the right wrist movement. See, Daniel wished that Mr. Austin would have given him the words. Now he has to go out to the golf course. For his second book, he wants to put it in there. And now he has to study it. But once he learned how that worked, that's when he became the number one teacher in the whole golf world. He knew this swing like the back of his hand. He was fantastic about it. People said he was the best teacher to have. Read the testimonials, the people that came out to Dan. After he studied that right arm movement to the right wrist movement, he had so much confidence in the swing, he knew it was better than the whole world of golf. Okay? So it went in his book, How to Kill the Ball Bird, the right arm movement to the right wrist movement, his 2 DVDs, the training device, and the Little Club DVD, 2 different DVDs. Those are Dan Shauger's words, not Mike Elson's words, on the right arm movement to the right wrist movement. I'm Elaine Shauger. I train from a distance, APS.